It was exactly 1 year ago that Russia invaded Ukraine, and according to the latest UN data, more than 8,000 civilians have been killed and 8 million people have fled their country. But there's another battle that's being fought, this time online, and social media users have been bombarded with disinformation about the conflict. So what are the main false narratives that have been pushed, and a year later, how has the war on information evolved? Let's take a closer look. One common theme that's been spread by the Kremlin is that Russians are facing massive discrimination in the West. Photoshopped headlines of major news publications were spread online, and even Euronews was a victim of this. In October, a fake video claiming to be one of our reports said that an auction house in Germany was publicly destroying Russian art and then donating to Ukraine's military. Another major theme is trying to discredit the West's support for Ukraine. One example we fact-checked is Russian state TV claiming there were 80,000 people gathered in Belgium against the country's support for Ukraine. And finally, one of the major recurring themes has been Ukrainian refugees. They've been a target of attacks from pro-Russian propaganda. So 1 year later, how has the strategy of pro-Kremlin propaganda changed? Well, we asked the question to Romano Sachuk, a researcher specialized in disinformation.
I think the intensity stayed the same. The only thing that changed is that they adapted better to the new realities when they got blocked in some countries. So they already know what channels they might use to promote their messages in specific audiences.
But the war on information has also played out on the Ukrainian side. One of the stories that we've debunked is that of the ghost of Kiev, a fighter ace who is claimed to have single-handedly destroyed 6 Russian planes. He never existed. But there is a difference in the goal and the scope of the disinformation campaigns between Russia and Ukraine, according to Madeline Roach, managing editor at NewsGuard.
Russia's disinformation campaign is trying to convince an audience at home and around the world that what it's doing in Ukraine is justifiable, whereas Ukraine's disinformation campaign, the few examples that we've identified, are, trying to encourage support for Ukraine, and it's typically among Ukrainians.
For more fact checks and debunks, please make sure to check out our website, euronews.com.